Jason. That's our other offspring. Go, Jess!
Don't hit my arm, please.
Oh boy. Thank you, Ms. Trifolo. I would also like to extend a thank you to the class advisors for the class of 2014, Mr. Ivan and Mr. Riederman, Ms. Miller, Mr. Ricken, Mr. Miller, Ms. Weiss, and all faculty, teachers, family, and friends for all that they've done for us these past 4 years. Without all of you, we would not be standing where we are today. It seems like not long ago, we were just beginning our 4-year journey in high school. I can remember the first day of freshman year, most of us were looking forward to one thing in high school, being a senior. I can remember the jealousy we all had towards them. They were all coming into school with seconds to spare before the bell rang for first period, while most of us had been stuck waiting in the lobby since the bus had dropped us off just before or shortly after 7 in the morning. Every single one of them had this look of pure excitement and enjoyment on their faces, while we all had that same old look of beginning yet another school year, with not much reward at the end. Besides getting to run home and tell your parents that you had passed for the year, which I guess was always a relief. I remember how all the seniors walked around the halls in the school like they owned the place. It always seemed like they had so much more freedom than we did. As we were struggling through the last period of the day, a good majority of them could be seen signing out of the lobby, ending their day early. As Mom was carting us around in one of the nicest vehicles that I can think of, the minivan, all the seniors could be found driving with a group of their friends, more than likely getting out of the car with Dunkin' Donuts, which Mom would always refuse to buy even if we drove right past one. Don't worry, after many years, I've finally forgiven you for that, Mom. As freshman year progressed, the seniors were going out with friends every night of the weekend, even some weekdays, while a majority of us were either doing things that didn't seem nearly as much fun, or we were stuck looking for things to do that didn't require having to find rides in that ever-so-embarrassing minivan. All the seniors seemed ecstatic come the middle of winter, when most of them had heard back from various colleges with acceptance letters. As the end of the year was approaching, they were all going to prom, their class trip, senior awards, playing in their last sports games, as well as music and theater events, and celebrating their last day of school while we were stuck in classes for another month with what we viewed as little to no excitement, especially compared to what the seniors were experiencing. I remember sitting in the bleachers the day the class of 2011 graduated, thinking, why couldn't that be us? Why do we have to be stuck here for 4 more years? Yet before we knew it, that was us, driving into school seconds, and I mean seconds, before the bell rang for first class, having that look of pure excitement and enjoyment on our faces as we were about to begin our last year of high school, walking the halls like we own the place, living with freedom like never before, signing out to leave early, going to Dunkin's every time we drove past one with a car full of people, going out every weekend with friends and even getting together on the weeknights, feeling ecstatic when we got accepted into college, going to our last prom and all the senior awards, going on our class trip, playing in our last sport, theater, and music events, and getting out of school a month before everyone else. And now, here we are at graduation. Yet there was something as freshmen, sophomores, and juniors that we didn't really see until the end of our senior year. The way we portrayed senior year from the outside looking in was totally different than actually being a senior. The mindset as a senior almost seemed just like freshman year, except now we are wishing to be that kid in college. My point here is that it always seems as though we are looking towards the future in our lives, instead of appreciating life for what it is. Before we know it, we will be wishing that we had lived in the moment instead of always dreaming of the future. We will find ourselves just wishing that we could step on the field to play the game we love one last time, take part in one last concert or play. Oh, hold on, page is blowing away. Go back to those fires we had with all our friends on the weekends, the sleepovers, driving around aimlessly looking for something to do, which usually turned into hanging out at Cumbies or McDonald's waiting for someone we knew to show up. But I guess that's just part of the Templeton experience. The proms, homecomings, Friday night football games, hanging out in the senior lounge during study, yelling, "Shut it down!" and "Hey!" yelling, "Help me, Rhonda," with Mrs. D, or telling Mr. Clapp how beautiful he is every time we see him. Getting a shoe, actually sometimes both shoes, thrown at us by Miss Rich. Hearing a knock-knock joke from Mr. Ricken, or one of those famous Mr. Miller jokes. And maybe we will even wish we could ride in Mom's minivan or the school bus one last time. Just maybe. Life is an opportunity that we will only be gifted with once. There are no second chances to live through moments one last time. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't realize this until we take a look back and all those times have already gone by. As we are set to venture down our next path in life, instead of wishing for time to pass so quickly, enjoy what life gives you at that very moment. Something that may seem like an insignificant experience at the time could actually end up being a defining, unforgettable, or irreplaceable moment in your life that you will never have the chance to relive. As the song by Trace Adkins says, you're going to wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. To the class of 2014, cherish every moment for as long as possible. Don't wish away time so fast, and live every moment as if there was no future. Because there will come a day when you will find yourself wishing that you could have it all back. Wishing that you could just relive it all one more time. Thank you, congratulations, and best of luck to the class of 2014. I love you guys.